Hey guys, Simon here with Caddis Fly Shop, Oregon Fly Fishing Blog. Today I have a flats fly for you. Calling this one the Senior Gotcha. It looks like a gotcha in silver. It's using this silver fox craft fur from Rainey's, which is new to us, and it's awesome. Super high quality craft fur. Really like it. This is a great flats fly for bonefish. Would eat this if presented correctly. A permit would eat this too. Looks kind of shrimpy. It would work great, and the eyes can be adjusted based on the tide if you need something heavier or just bead chain eyes. This one features stainless bead chain eyes for to be safe from the salt. So we'll get to it. Okay, so looking a little bit more closely at this fly, you can tell it really resembles that classic gotcha bonefish flats fly. Features flat braid body, a little bit of crystal flash out of the back, 2 pieces of crystal flash on the side, bead chain eyes, which can be swapped for heavier ones with the changing tides, and it is tied on my favorite saltwater hook, the SL11 3H, if you need this profile. I use this a lot for surf perch flies and like clousers and stuff, so it's a hook I really trust. And so we will get to tying this. So we are going to use a, like I had just said, a SL11 3H from Gamakatsu in size 8. And we are using Veevus GSP thread, the gel spun thread in white, 150 Denier. This gel spun thread is super strong and it doesn't have a lot of bulk. I like to use the thicker versions of it because it can kind of build up a body a little bit. It's strong like the Semperfly Nano Silk, except it can build up a body a little bit easier. So that's why I'm using it, because I don't want to burn completely through thinner thread. And that's kind of one way on how I choose my thread, is the strength that I need and then how much bulk my fly can take while I'm making it. And you know, because I don't want to just burn through it. And so we're going to kind of crisscross these bead chain eyes, take X-wraps over it and kind of secure it, and leave a little bit of space in front to work with the craft fur. And I will secure this down with a little bit of Solarez bone dry right here, just a drop, and we'll cure that. This will just make tying it a little bit easier, and you don't want those eyes to move on you. Okay, and so first thing we need to do is tie in a little bit of crystal flash on the back. And so this is Gray Ghost crystal flash from Hareline. It's a great color. It matches the craft fur pretty closely. So we're going to take about a small pinch of fibers just to go out of the back. Maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 maybe, if I had to count. And we're just going to tie these coming right off the back. And you can always trim them down. I always like to keep things a little bit longer, and I'll trim it as needed. I'd rather have it too long and trim it down than not long enough and have to kind of restart. And so the body is made of mini flat braid by Lagartun. This pearl color is what I'm using. They make really good little flat braids, and they make larger flat braid that they call carded flat braid. That's really good stuff. So we're going to start tying this on the top, and we're going to build the body just a little bit here, just to have just a little bit of bulk. We don't need a ton. Probably a little bit more towards the eyes, and then we will just take wraps of this around. And this is how they build the body on these flies. A lot of bonefish flies have a body like this. Some of them have rubber ribbing over for durability. This one will have just a little bit of UV resin over it to kind of keep it together. So we'll clip the end of this off, and then we will take one strand of crystal flash, and again I like to keep it longer than shorter, and we're going to tie this in right behind the eyes and then bring it over and back. And this will be the little bit of flash that's on the side. Now, a better way to do this actually is to tie it in front of the eyes and bring it around. So we'll tie it in here first, and then we'll guide it back, and then it'll actually lay out flat. And so if we do this, and then get behind the eyes and cinch it down, now it's even and going back. It's just a way to make it look a little bit better. And so now we're going to flip the fly over. The craft fur is going to go on the top. This is really long, so you can kind of clip that down. We'll do a little fine adjustment at the end. And so this craft fur that I'm talking about is this stuff from Rainy's. This is Rainy's craft fur here. This is the silver fox color. It's pretty good stuff. It has a really cool pattern on it. If I show it to you, it's kind of got some darker patches and lighter. They also make a red fox color. It's really cool. We just got it in the shop from Rainy's. We've been selling a lot of it. It's kind of unique, so it's just something different, and it makes cool flies, so it's good stuff. And so I'm going to take a pinch of it off, and I've pre-cut it here. Not that much, you know. This is plenty right here, and less is more for this stuff. You know, clousers and bonefish flies, generally better to tie them more sparse. And so what you're going to try to do is any ones that are really long, I just pull them out to kind of get it all sort of even. You can't put this in a hair stacker, so to even it out, you can just pinch out the long ones and pull them off. And so to put this on, I like to kind of split it in half like this, and then that's how I can kind of get it even on both sides. I'm going to make it go just maybe a hook shank's length past the bend, and then we'll crank this down here, and then take a couple of wraps forward, make sure it's not twisting so it can kind of stay where you want it, and then we will clip this excess off here. And don't do what I just did and clip it not as close to the eye, because then it's really hard to clean up. If you have a pair of fine point scissors, you can get a lot of that excess off, but generally clip it a little bit further back. It'll make it look a little bit cleaner. I don't think the fish really care, but it makes for a cleaner looking fly. And then we're gonna just build a little bit of a tip right here, and we will wet finish and cure it all up so it doesn't fall apart. A lot of this curing stuff is unnecessary. I think it helps. You don't really need to do it, but I think it just helps with the durability of flies. If I'm going to take the time to tie something, I want it to stay together. And so first I'm going to cure the front right here, just like this. I'm just going to coat all these wraps and cure those. Just like that. And then probably a better way to do this when I first tied this would be to cure this before you put the fur on. Luckily you can pull it out of the way and just put a light coat on, which is what we're going to do now. But we will just put a light coat of this on here and let it kind of go around. And we'll cure that. And that is this fly. If we even it out now, kind of put the fur back right here now. And so now we'll clip these little end pieces, and that is the senior gotcha. Use it on the flats. Let us know how it works. If you have any questions, call the shop. We have all this stuff online at caddisflyshop.com. Thanks.